Jamaica just stepped into a conversation that we have been avoiding for so long. And to be honest, I still don't think that we're ready for it. Hello everyone and welcome to True Chats with Shen. This is where we react to things that are trending online, but we don't just react to them. We try our best to squeeze, if even just a drop of a lesson from it. So if that's your vibe or something that you think you will like, please consider subscribing. It is April, or by the time you see this, it will be April. So we know that April is the beginning of the fiscal year. At the end of a fiscal year, we usually have budget talks. However, this year, during one of these budget talks, the Prime Minister said something that has been shaking Jamaican social media for the past few days. If you have not seen it yet, let us watch it together.
Man is a man, woman is a woman. We're not going to change on that. The government worked very hard, including members of the opposition, to pass the necessary legislation, make the necessary policy changes. I mean, there were those saying that these, imperialists imposing global financial things on us, make we resist it. And what? Lose access to the international banking system? That's the logic of the argument. Yes, there are things we must resist when it comes to our values. There are things that define us as Jamaicans that we're not going to change on those. Man is a man, woman is a woman. We're not going to change on that. So we do. But we look at the things that are also in our economic interest.
No, Mr. Oldness, you can't trick me because I know a distraction when I see one. You cannot trick me. And guess what? The people them whose eyes are actually on you, you're not going to say that and will just not pay attention to what actually important. You never need to say that for your point come across. And enough people not going to agree with me on the video here. That's fine. Enough people on both sides. I think this was so irresponsible of you to say because the parts of Jamaica were hold on to man is a man, woman is a woman, are the same people who beat and kill people for living a life where them not agree with. You run them down and beat them and treat them like them are not human beings because them a live one life where you not agree with. And me can't uphold that as a part of my culture when me I gotta say yes, that's how we're supposed to live. Me believe say everybody is free to live them life in a whatever way them see fit once them not hurt nobody, especially the vulnerable of our society, that is children, the elderly, and people with disabilities. So you're not going to distract me by saying things where say like the mass are going to say yes, 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 and we're not look on what you actually say. No. And this is our reminder for look on what actually say we're actually important. No. I think I have a very hybrid way of thinking about the trans community, and not just trans, but people in the LGBTQIA plus community overall. I think I have a very hybrid way of thinking about them, and it's not uncommon. It's not an uncommon way to think. While I believe the way that they live their lives is not the way that we were originally designed to live our lives, me hold to that firmly. Just procreation and the way how that goes shows us that that's not the way that human beings were designed to form families. While I believe that is true, I strongly believe that everybody has the right to live their lives once they are not bothering people in the way that they see fit. The social climate has shifted for us, and to be honest, I wonder how long it's going to take for it to shift, because we know say as soon as America catch cold, Jamaica sneeze. I think where the conversation is abroad, that is a indicator of where it will be when it comes here. I just want to talk about it because I feel like we really need to talk about how we interact with people who live lives that are not the norm. If anything say, trans people in Jamaica is a 2026 thing, out of mind. It's harder for people pass here because them not get access to certain things. Most people not do them kind of things they out here while they're here. Do not be fooled into thinking that other conversation here are gonna make people start to be trans. They have been here for a while. They have had communities here for a while. We will see like a few social media pages where people are saying, hey, this is who I am, this is how I live, It's just that now it's gonna be more people where like attention and more people where their aim is not just to be able to live their life in the way that they feel comfortable or feel comfortable in them skin. It's gonna bring out like whole heap of people are gonna do it for social media, clicks, likes and views. You have whole heap of people who are gonna jump on the bandwagon now, but not because you just see them now that means say them never there. They have been here. Majority of them have been quiet and trying to live and feel good in them body. And I guess that's why most of them end up migrating, but there are people here already. However, on social media we are seeing a lot now where more of them are becoming more comfortable with living their lives to an extent, because we know see still Jamaica, like you're not gonna just go outside and see somebody, a male dressed up in female clothes. We're not gonna just see that unless it's like a skit or something like that. But to the extent that they feel comfortable with living their lives openly. And even people who are not necessarily in Jamaica, but are of Jamaican descent, or people who grew up in Jamaica and migrated, we see them living out openly and proudly. We see them coming out and being comfortable living out in the open more often. And because of that, I know say the conversation them are gonna start to happen. The conversations already start, although right now it's seen more as something comical. You know, people kind of not take it really seriously because it's something where you just tip on your screen and not something where we see in our everyday life. But let us acknowledge that the more you see people being comfortable living online that way, is the more you're going to see people being comfortable living outside, like in real life that way. The only reason why I want to talk about this right now is not to say me agree with nothing or me disagree with nothing. It's just for encourage you to keep respect at the forefront of every conversation. Even though I'm one Christian, I'm not the type of Christian where I go zoom in on any specific or particular sin and zoom in on it and like really ridicule that singular thing, especially when we have the most churches per square mile or whatever. I remember for that the thing, and we are one of the most crime-filled countries in the world. Murders for days, theft for days, rape for days, scamming for days. All of them something they are seeing. Cheating for days too. That I want sin to hear. Until we start zoning on them something there and give it as much attention. Until we start do that, I'm not gonna be no hypocrite and try to act like that are like the worst thing we could ever be in your life. So much other things that and nobody nobody butter eye. Like them something normal. When the person who actually a judge will come back, I'm gonna treat all of them the same too. I'm not gonna put nobody in our little bit of L, if you understand what I say, and put some people in the big L and put some people in the little L. Everything are the same. I think everybody should be able to live them life comfortably. I mean, I feel like somebody's supposed to live and feel in fear of them life. Them can't walk down the street, them can't do nothing. My idea of living a fulfilled life is not to imprison anybody with my thoughts and my opinions. Me can say, hey, this is wrong. That's all me can say. And what you do after that, me not have no say in it. Now that these conversations are actually coming to the forefront, the Prime Minister has said this, which I think will just give more people the go-ahead to speak more on it, which will give people who are a part of the community the go-ahead to speak out against it, give people who agree with him more gumption to say, yes, this is what I believe too. Because I know that these discussions are going to start happening. We're going to start seeing these things happening more and more out in the open in our society. I just want to give you the heads up, say, in all things that we do, respect have to still be a part of a conversation. We have to lead with respect. And if you're somebody who believe in the Bible, it's a for lead in a love. Me not even hold people to the great responsibility for lead with love. But if we can at least respect people, me not believe say you have to agree with every single thing what somebody say. You not have to agree with every single thing what somebody do, but we have to at least have like a respect for each other. When you got talk about certain things, if you can't approach a conversation with respect, me just say, make we not have the conversation at all. Because you know why? If we approach the situation or the conversation in a one specific type of way, it's going to bring even further division and it's going to incite violence. Which is why I feel like it's so irresponsible for him for approach the conversation in a this specific way, especially with the social climate we have right now. The last thing I me want is to see more violence occurring. There is no reason for nobody incite violence upon people because of how them live them life. And if them defend themselves, if you are the person who them defend themselves against, you don't need to get to this level. I'm not saying you have to understand every single thing where somebody do with them life or concern yourself with the intricacies of somebody romantic life. Me not believe that necessary at all, but what I believe is that we have to approach the conversations with respect, and we also have to remember it goes both ways. So if we not approach them with respect, we can't expect them to respect we. While that would be the noble and the honorable thing to do, most people not noble and honorable. So we can't expect what we not give in return. You understand? And because me don't want to see things get so ugly and messy and awful, even if we not understand, even if we not agree, the least we can do is respect somebody. There are other things, because this is a multi-layered conversation, because people who are of that lifestyle as well, can't start the conversation in a disrespect and expect say you are gonna get respect in return. While me also say we approach this thing with mutual respect, but also want we know when to stand up on our 2 feet, because there are certain things based on the trajectory, based on the things that are being spoken about and the conversations that are being had in America. Me not say them so reach here. There are things that we have to hold firm to for real. Like, even though I feel like the Prime Minister is that the way I do right now in this specific time is a distraction, he was right in that certain things we have to stand firm on. We have to know when to not let things slide, but still respect each other. It's a hard middle ground, but we have to do it. You don't have to agree with the way how every single person live them life. And guess what? Everybody don't have to agree with how you live your life either. You comfortable with it? That's the important thing. You comfortable enough for live your life however you want, despite how other people feel about it? If you're not comfortable enough to live your life despite how other people feel about it, maybe that's another life where you actually want to live. Even if you don't agree with somebody, our next life, they are at the next side of this. There's a life at the other side of this, and we have to be mindful of how we communicate and interact with people, because every single person's life have meaning and value, and whether you understand them story or not diminish the value what another person's life have. Respect should be the order of the day. Whether you like somebody's life or not, just respect. Just respect. So if you can't have the conversation with respect, just don't open up your mouth, please. If you feel like say you're gonna say something where you can, when you say things are disrespectful, you know, like you think it and you know say it disrespectful. If you are think about it and you realize say what you are say are gonna be something where gonna cause conflict, where gonna disrespect people, when not do nothing to you or to nobody around you, like, me could just reel it back in. And that goes both ways. Me could just respect each other, even things we you not understand. You don't have to fully understand something. For just have a basic human decency and respect. We have whole heap of things that go on. So we can't even, matter of fact, let us not even. Me could just leave that conversation here alone, because I know already say most people not gonna have the respect for deal with it in a mature way. So me could just leave it alone, because guess what? We have whole heap of other things to focus on at Jamaica. I don't believe so. Anyways, guys, I don't know if me get my point across, because as I said, the way I think about it is very, a lot of people would say double-minded. I just believe say my hands don't have the power to decide how a man live them life. I can have my thoughts on it, but that's all. And my thoughts don't affect nothing about a man's life. Just like how nobody thoughts don't affect nothing about mine. You know? So guys, I could just focus on what's really important right now. And I know that things are gonna keep happening. The conversations are gonna keep coming up. We can't ignore them. But in these moments we have to have the conversation, we just remember to respect each other. Please, we just remember to respect each other. Alright? Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. If you agree with me, let me know. If you don't agree with me, let me know too. It's not gonna change the price of rice, but thank you so much for watching, and I will definitely see you in the next one.